Yeah, with German cockroaches, they can be a really difficult pest to eradicate, because what happens is that the cockroaches breed every 2 months, 40 cockroaches every 2 months for German cockroaches, and they can get into very tiny spaces. So the important thing with German cockroaches is that you need to contact those areas where the cockroaches are breeding. So what we do with the German cockroach treatment, we use a cockroach puffer and we look for any cracks and crevices around the cupboards. Any food preparation areas we're not allowed to contact with chemical. So but if you've got a crack and crevice that goes between the wall and the cupboard, for example, or on this side, that's quite okay. But you can't have chemical sprays and dust on top of the food preparation areas. But underneath some of the areas here, we can access underneath the dishwasher, for example, not inside the dishwasher. Some people get cockroaches inside the microwaves, and of course we can't dust inside microwaves or spray inside microwaves, but we can, as long as it doesn't go inside the main area there, we can do inside the hinges. You can see here, these two holes here, we can lightly puff, as long as the dust stays within there. And behind the microwave there's these little grills, for vents for the microwave. We can put some dust in behind there, but we definitely cannot put any dust or any spray inside the microwave food preparation area. A lot of the times they get in between the glass and stuff too, so unless you dismantle the microwave, it's going to be very difficult. You can put little dabs of gel on that side and just wait for them to come out, but if they're behind that display area, and they often do, it's very hard to eradicate. The main area for German cockroaches is going to be a lot of the time behind the fridge and underneath the fridge. And we've had circumstances where we've tried to move the fridge out, and the person's got expensive linoleum that they might have just laid a new batch of lino under the kitchen, dragged the fridge out and had made a massive tear in the lino. And you go, oh gee, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. They're going to want you to replace it for them. So very important thing is when you're moving out any thing like fridges, is to say to the customer, I might damage something here, do you mind doing that for me, or I'm quite happy to help you, but if you damage any floor surfaces, we're not responsible. But we do need to get to this area. Is it okay if we move the fridge?
Cover yourself, yeah. You
need to cover yourself, yeah. So once you move that out, what's going to happen is you're going to get a big nest of German cockroach. You know, there'll be zillions of them in the really bad jobs. The way that we find out how badly a house is infested with German cockroaches, we ask the customer, do you see that the German cockroaches during the daytime, or is it mainly during the night? If they say, oh no, we see them during the day and the night, they've got a big problem, because German cockroaches like to hide in cracks and crevices, and they won't come out and expose themselves unless they've run out of room. And with the big populations of German cockroaches, that's what happens. They haven't got any more hiding spaces, they're full of cockroaches already, and you'll see, you go into some places and it's like moving wallpaper. You know, and you can smell it, you can smell the urine, you can smell the pheromones.
Is this mainly in the commercial area, or you see them in domestic as well?
Mainly domestic, but you'll see them in commercial areas like pubs and restaurants where they don't do regular cleaning. And some of the places that you go to, you'll see lots of fat, and there's lots of grease, and there's lots of food items, and they'll want you to control that. Some of these jobs, it's better to say, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't do this job. You know, unless you clean this area up, you're going to have continual problems with cockroaches. Because they'll want you back every week, and because the cockroaches have got plenty to feed on, and they're not going to eat the gel, you won't contact them with the chemical straight away. You'll be constantly recalled. So
your first thing is to go back to either the house owner or the commercial premises and ask them to clean up the contents on the floor or whatever.
and put in your comments on your sheet. Was the hygiene reasonable, or is it the hygiene needs attention? If it needs attention, you never give warranty. So always tick that. You know, we can come back here, but you need to do a lot of cleaning up, and then once we can do that, we can retreat. But it's an additional service for you. It's another $85 or another $125 or whatever it is. So, getting back to the German cockroaches, you've moved the fridge out. The cockroaches underneath there will try to scatter. So what you need to do is have your sprayer ready and get them as they're running around. Then go to the back of the fridge and dust the motor. Have your cockroach puffer ready and dust all around the motor area. Now what they do is, to get away from the chemical, they'll go up the top near the ceiling. So, and then they'll start dropping down, so they'll be raining cockroaches. So what you can do is, as soon as you've finished your spraying and your dusting, move back and then get the cockroach bombs. And with the cockroach bombs, we use just the Mortein ones with the insect growth regulator. We put them in an area that's up off the ground, preferably. In an area like this, you let off a cockroach bomb and the smoke will just disperse through the whole area and won't be affected. So if we've got an area like this where you can't close the windows and doors, what we sometimes ask the customers to do is to tape a sheet across that area, so all the smoke is going to be contained in this area. And then we open up cupboards, making sure that any food items are stored away. Open it up after your treatment, all the cupboards, and then just before you go, you let the can off, push it down hard, move out of the sheet, and then just let it go. And so you'll get a very good result, because all the smoke's been concentrated in that one area. And that's what you'll have to do.
Do you have to worry about the residue from the bomb?
No, the residue will degrade over 24 hours. It's very low toxic, and you don't get problems with it. Yeah, sometimes people bring out all their crockery as well. So with that, you just put a tablecloth over the top, and then just tell them to wash the tablecloth later on. Okay, so in a lot of cases, people got a lot of stuff in their cupboards. Sometimes people will get cockroaches inside these sort of cupboards as well. So what you need to do is take all the stuff out of the cupboards and spray the bottom of the shelves, and then put some newspaper or something to separate what you're going to put back on top of the newspaper, so it would separate it from the chemical. And that's just about it. You've done the spray. You do your dusting first to flush everything out, or you can use aerosol, commercial aerosol cans. I forget what mine's called. But you use that the spray or the flushing agent to get them out. Then you use your spray, and then you can use the cockroach gel. And you put the cockroach gel every ½ metre. We use the hinges of the doors, so it's roughly ½ metre. It's preferably out of sight, so I'd be sort of putting a dab there, maybe a dab up here, up high, because that's your sprayed area. You don't want to put it in the sprayed area. And after that, I'd be using the sticky traps. Put a sticky trap either side of the fridge, and maybe a lot of the times they get on top of the cupboards. So you'll need to step up there and spray along there, and then maybe put a couple of cockroach sticky traps on top of the cupboards as well. That's it.